You know, Mary is the lieutenant governor. She's the head of the CSI, which is the organization that does away with unnecessary rules and regulations. She's also the head of the Ohio Department of Insurance. The only thing she's not is the adjutant general, and I think she's bucking for that. She's done everything you could possibly want out of a lieutenant governor, and she's smart, fantastic, and you know what else? What's so great? She provides women leadership right here in the state. Because he's trying to turn the Senate into the Republican majority. Do you know what a difference that will make in this country? He's done a fantastic job. He's a great United States Senator. Recognize all his hard work, all his effort. You know, they ask you in politics, do you have friends in politics? They do. Okay? Seriously, I've always known that if you really want to do a friend, at least in Washington, you buy a dog. Okay? That's what you do. I tell people they want to know about this friendship that Chris and I have, because we have a great friendship. Among all the governors, he's my best friend. Aww. You know Chris Christie, right? He's a lot different than me. He's shy, innocent. He's a terrific leader, ladies and gentlemen, isn't he? He's just a fantastic leader. In a very tough place. He's the best. The best. And, what I want to say here has really touched me for this standpoint. Look, we're going to have a job announcement coming up here in the month of October. And it's in a part of Ohio where people, in some ways, have lost hope. You'll see a little thing on television about the work we're doing in Wilmington. Okay, you've seen it. It's called Johnny's Story. And I went to Wilmington in 2010, or I guess it was in 9 in the campaign. Or no, it wasn't 10. And they had a food bank. These were people who had all played by the rules. They had all played by the rules, and all of a sudden, this company pulled out of Wilmington. They lost 8,000 jobs. So there's a food pantry there. And people in my family, who I grew up with, people like them were in that food bank. And we got back on the bus and had a lot of the campaign staff, people who ultimately came to work in administration. I said, do not forget this day. My wife was with me, our kids were with us. Do never forget this day. Because this is why we need to win. Because we need to restore a sense of hopefulness in Wilmington. Now, it's not all turned around, folks. We have a long way to go. But as I like to say when I go to Wilmington, the sun is beginning to rise. It's beginning to be hopeful again. And you think about jobs. You know, they throw out the numbers. 350,000 lost jobs, and now we're up 250,000 or whatever. Think about it this way. You can fill Ohio Stadium 3.5 times with the number of people that lost their jobs. And think about them walking out of that gate, one after another, to the tune of 350,000, going home and telling their family, things are going to change here. I lost my job. But think now that we're now pushing about 250,000 back in that stadium again. And these are people who have gone home and they've told their sons and their daughters and their spouse, I got a job today. Things are going to be different. They're going to be better for all of us. And that's the human side of job creation. Here in Cleveland, you know, don't you feel it? I mean, it's great we got LeBron, but we were coming back even before LeBron came here, you know? It's not good enough for some people just to do better. Some folks here today from our minority community, our friends in the African American community, And now in the Opportunity Corridor, they're going to have opportunity to get work and get a job while we rebuild that part of Cleveland, Ohio, that's going to be fantastic because everybody gets included. No one's going to be left out. No one. Chris, I so much appreciate what you say about the heart. I mean, if you don't have the jobs, you can't go anywhere. But when the jobs are coming back, and you got your balanced budget, your surpluses and all that, then you can really reach out. How many people that we have in this audience today who have a son or a daughter or a nephew or a niece or have a little mental illness, bipolar, schizophrenic, depression? It can affect all of us. In Ohio, for the first time in an awfully long time, we're giving help to those people right here in these communities with the resources we have. And the drug addicted. I mean, I give my daughters this lecture so many times, as soon as I open my mouth, they said, "Dad, is it another lecture from you?" They're 14, you know, by the way. I said, "Yes, it is." But now we've got some resources to help people pull themselves out of that nightmare, and it's fantastic. And the working poor, it's not enough just to get benefits. Now you're going to have some personal responsibility. You're going to get trained. We're going to have businesses involved in all this, and you're going to get a job. And you're going to improve your life, the life of all your family. I like to think what we're doing here is sort of a 360 program. Get people to work, reward hard work, don't punish successful people, reward hard work, don't divide, unite, give everybody a chance, and help people that live in the shadows, and help them. Folks, Chris said it, it's a roadmap for the country. It's a roadmap for our party and the conservative movement, but forget all that, it's a movement that can help refresh America. Folks, one of the things that's happening in our country, and Chris and I have talked about it, we were at a dinner where we talked about it to a great degree. We all sometimes get a sense that personal responsibility is not what it used to be. We get a sense that we don't see the respect that people paid the teachers and the president and their elders that we saw before. We wonder about people that lock themselves up in gated communities when we were told that we're supposed to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And we see this sort of a lack of faith in a higher power. Let me tell you, can we change it? Oh, we can. But we're not going to change it with the government acting alone. These next few years, beyond the tax cuts that we're going to deliver, the more efficient and effective government, the diversification of jobs and the growth of jobs, we're going to ask you to go into the schools, to mentor and teach our kids. We're going to ask you to be involved in our senior citizens, to get them, when they're locked away in a house without a driver's license, they've got the keys to the car because it was taken away. We're going to get college students involved with our seniors. We're going to get moms involved with mothers-to-be to make sure that they can help teach them how to deliver a healthy and successful baby. We're going to get you involved. You, the values that you have of personal responsibility and discipline and hard work and loving your neighbor, we need to transfer these values to some of those that are confused about it. This is how we will take our country back. This is how we will have a great awakening in our country. But it's not us, it's Chris or Rob. Folks, it's going to be all of us. Folks, we work very hard to put aside politics and to do the right thing. And Chris said it best. I want you, please, to promise. Look, if you're a senior citizen and you live in a condo complex and they won't let you put a sign in the window, put it in there anyway and just pay the fine. And you're afraid if you put it on your car, you'll tear off the paint. Forget about it. Just paint it after the election. It'll be fine. We need you now over the next 35 days. Please. We're really asking you, please. Don't leave any stone unturned.